President Obama officially nominates Ashton Carter to be the next Secretary of Defense. Hi, everyone. I'm Olga Villaverde, and this story tops your Newsmax Now update. Carter accepted the nomination earlier today. The high-tech weapons expert says he took the job because of his deep appreciation for the men and women who serve the United States military. But there are other reasons as well.
I accepted it because of the seriousness of the strategic challenges we face, but also the bright opportunities that exist for America if we can come together to grab hold of them.
Carter calls it an honor to serve as a Secretary of Defense, but first he'll have to be confirmed by the U.S. Senate, and that may not happen until next year. President Obama opened this morning's remarks with an update on the economy.
Over the first 11 months of 2014, our economy has created 2.65 million jobs. That's more than in any entire year since the 1990s.
The Labor Department released new job numbers today. The U.S. economy receives a big boost just before the holiday season. The private sector added 321,000 jobs in November, the largest monthly increase in nearly 3 years. A chief economist at Moody's Analytics calls that, quote, boom-like numbers.
I don't expect them to continue forever. These were really very, very strong numbers, but they indicate that the U.S. economy is on very solid ground.
In the meantime, U.S. factory orders actually dropped for a third straight month. Demand for American-made machinery, computers, and metal were all down. Economists predict the decline will be temporary. A newly released federal report slams Cleveland's police department.
We have determined that there is reasonable cause to believe that the Cleveland Division of Public Police engages in a pattern and practice of using excessive force.
And the Department of Justice report says Cleveland officers use force far too often and are poorly trained. And now to Missouri, protesters wrap up a 130-mile march in the capital of Jefferson City. About 50 demonstrators walked there from Ferguson, denouncing the police shooting of Michael Brown. There are reports that in one rural town, someone displayed a Confederate flag and someone shot out the back window of a bus traveling with the marchers. Voters down in the Bayou State head to the polls tomorrow. We're finally near the end of the 2014 midterm election in Louisiana. Democratic incumbent Mary Landrieu and her challenger, Congressman Bill Cassidy, are in a runoff race for that state's Senate seat. Polls show Cassidy leading by double digits. And finally, back in Washington, where people are getting ready for Christmas. The first family flipped the switch on the national Christmas tree last night, a tradition that started back in 1923 by President Coolidge. Gorgeous. We'll have another update for you in about 30 minutes. I'm Olga Villaverde. Always stay connected to Newsmax.com. And now back to Midpoint and Ed.